Hey guys, it's Terry here with Notary to Notary, and in this video, I'm going to show you guys what a sample Heloc closing would typically look like. Now remember, loan documents can change depending on the lender or title company that you're using. However, this is a general idea of what you can expect. And to help me in this video, I have Rita Banks. So, when I first arrive at a client's home, the first thing I always do is ask for their IDs. Do you have your ID? Why, thank you. So, a Heloc closing stands for a home equity line of credit. And that's what we're going to close on today. So, the first thing I always do, as I told you guys before, is to provide a copy of the loan documents to the client before we start signing. This way, it helps them not feel rushed, and they don't have to take their time and really read through every document because they can look it all over later. So I give that to them. I let them know that this is a copy of everything we're going to sign today. Now, Heloc closings, like I said, as far in relation to seller side closings, are also pretty small. They can be between 25 to up to maybe 50 or 60 pages. But on average, they're one of the smaller size packages that you'll be printing off for loan closings. So the next thing I do, is ask the client if they would like a pen. Would you like a pen, or do you have your own?
A pen, please.
You are very welcome. Now, due to COVID, most people do have their own pens now, but I still offer just in case. The next thing we're going to do is go through the actual loan closing. I would then advise the signer that they should sign the way their name is printed. But don't get caught up on that, as people have different ways that they sign their name. I let them know what the lender is looking for. So we're going to go through this loan closing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the document the way I would normally do. So we give a general introduction of what the document is, and we show the signer where to sign. What I also do whenever I do any closings, I never pass pages over that don't require a signature from the borrower. These duplicate pages are also in the loan package they have. So if they're not signing it, I don't give it to them to review. They can review it later in their loan package. So the first thing we're going to do is a home equity line of credit agreement, which is everything about your loan, your credit limit, your interest rate, all of that good stuff. So I'm going to give you 7 pages, and I always look and see how many pages it is with Helocs, because there's usually a lot of initials when it comes to doing Heloc closings. So we're going to initial every page at the bottom here, and then we're going to sign and initial the very last page of your home equity line of credit agreement. Now, usually while the borrower is signing their documents, I will then be filling out anything that needs to be notarized on my side, but we haven't gotten to anything yet that I need to fill out. So I could also take this time to take a picture of their ID. I could do that as well, which I will do because she has to go through quite a few pages. So I always like to do it on a blank background, like a white, plain white background, and then make sure the picture comes out clear and focused. You want to make sure that you can actually read what's on the ID. And then the ID is going to get emailed to whoever the email confirmation specifies it needs to be sent to. All done? Be sure whenever there's a lot of initials being done that you double check each and every page. Don't just take the whole thing and check the very last page, because more often than not, signers miss initials, especially when they have to do a lot of initials. And what happens when you miss an initial?
You have to go back.
You have to go back, okay? The next thing we're going to do is a home equity line of credit agreement advanced modification. We're going to sign and then date. The interesting thing on this form, beside the borrower's signature, says the word seal. That just means to sign. A lot of people get that confused. They think they have to stamp that. Seal and sign are synonymous sometimes in loan packages. When it says it beside the borrower's signature, it just means they're signing there, okay? Next thing we're going to do is a home equity line of credit closing cost addendum disclosure. So we're going to sign and date again. Also in this package is the deed of trust, which was also in the refinance closing as well. So it's just you on the deed, we're going to sign the very last page. And this document is always notarized. So I'm going to notarize that once she's finished signing it. And a lot of times I've noticed that Helocs have a lot of duplicates. Like they may have, like this one, I think this one has 2 or 3 copies of the same documents getting signed more than once. Yep, awesome, awesome. Gotcha. So she just signed the last page of the deed. I'm going to notarize it. But like I said before, I always put what I have to do. So I'm going to notarize this page, but I don't want her sitting here with nothing to do. So I go ahead to the next set, which is the deed of trust again. And she's going to sign the very last page. So while she's doing that, I can go ahead and notarize her deed.